Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 64 of Pokemon Horizons titled The Creeping Shadow on Glaseado Mountain just dropped, and in this episode, the explorers return and Liko is in a bind. How will she get out of it? Like this video if you like it, subscribe if you enjoy, and let's talk about it. Liko is bummed that she failed her test. However, in order to cheer up, Roy decides he wants to go on the top of Glaseado Mountain since that's one of the 10 sites of Paldea. Liko feels like she's been moping, so she agrees to do so. Turns out though, they've been found by the explorers, specifically Spinel and Charles. Amethio seems to have followed Spinel to find out what Spinel did in the Exceed company. Remember, that's when he went into Freed's old company and stole the Rakurium, making it look like it was Freed who did it. As our heroes head up the mountain, Liko's sad and not paying attention, so when Charles' Medicham uses Psychic to move massive boulders to block the location where Liko is supposed to be headed, and instead opens another path. Then, after she goes through that path, closes the path with the boulder again, splitting her up from their group, she doesn't notice what's going on. Afterwards, Amethio notices Spinel and follows him, only to lose him. He then comes across Liko, who's now been split up. He finds this meeting to be strange, however, he still wants to use this opportunity to battle. We get a nice battle between the two, as Florigacha takes on Surrey Ledge, and Liko does really well in the battle early on, dodging all of Amethio's attack and attacking him from range. However, the battle turns in Amethio's favor when he terrassalizes his Surrey Ledge. That makes his moves do more damage as he goes for Phantom Force over and over again, and Liko doesn't know what to do in this situation as she can't figure out how to block Phantom Force. It reminds her of her battle with Grusha, but before Amethio can finish her off, he is stopped by Spinel's Umbreon. Spinel says he has his own goals and pulls out the Rakurium. It causes some pink mist to come out and makes Umbreon seemingly feral and super powerful, as it's able to KO the Surrey Ledge in a single hit even though it's been terrassalized. Sensing this, Terrapagos jumps out of the bag, and when Spinel holds out the Rakurium, angry, it goes into its terrestrial form and seemingly absorbs all the mist as well as destroys the Rakurium crystal, fainting afterwards. Seeing this seems to be enough for Spinel as he runs away. With no answers on anything, however, Amethio chases him, and wanting answers for herself, Liko follows. Spinel goes inside of a cave where he's followed by the two, only for him to block the two of them inside as he teleports outside with his Beheum. And this is where we learn some important things. First, Terrapagos and Rakurium are opposed to one another, but unless I'm remembering it wrong, isn't Rakurium from Laqua? So it seems strange that the place Terrapagos wants to go to would have something that it's opposed to. Seeing how powerful it can seemingly make Pokemon, it explains why Gibeon might be after this, but the strange connection to Terrapagos still hasn't been explained. We also see that seemingly the rest of the explorers do not like, or at least don't seem to be thrilled with Amethio or the fact that he's Gibeon's grandson. Spinel talks about making Amethio disappear. So, a murder plot, which is insane for a show like this. They never bring up stuff like actual human murder. Meanwhile, back inside the cave, Amethio is trying to break through the rocks to reopen up the entrance, but seemingly isn't powerful enough to do so. Terrapagos, though, then wakes up, but once he sees Amethio, gets very upset. We also learn and see that Chao sent Coral and Sidian towards Roy and Dot to stop them from helping out Liko. And we get to see that as Roy and Dot call Freed to let him know that Liko's disappeared. As he's on his way here, however, he calls Grusha beforehand. That's when Coral and Sidian show up in front of Roy and Dot. The two of them transform out of their school uniform into their explorer's outfit and throw out their Pokemon ready to battle. And that's where we end the episode. A lot happens here in this episode. I knew Spinel was doing his own thing, but seemingly now Chalice is too? Or is she doing the same thing Spinel is doing? I can't figure out what the explorer's current objective is. I thought they were waiting until all of the Rising Volt tacklers caught the 6-hero Pokemon, but there seems to be other things happening in the background that we haven't been made aware of. And the whole Laqua and Rakurium connection with Terrapagos is so strange. The episode seemingly shows that the two are not compatible, yet the item seems to create the same mist that Terrapagos creates when showing our heroes its memories. So I'm not sure what is going on here. And it seems Freed will finally be reintroduced to the story after being gone for a while, and we might get to soon learn what the actual goals of the explorers are. Specifically right now for Spinel and Chao, since it seems to be different from what Gibeon wants. Maybe? Again, I can't tell. So many different things happening here. I'm intrigued to see where all of this goes. But what did you guys think about this episode, and where do you guys think the story's headed? Let me know in the comments down below. You can follow me on Twitter at PdGaming, and that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.